Happy Friday. Welcome into the studio. I think I start these every single time about the same way.
Oh, that's your branding.
Oh,
Start it the same way. Happy Friday.
Hope you guys are doing well. Time for another VO Marketing Pro Numbers. Yeah. Todd Barsness' voiceover alone numbers and my voiceover alone numbers. If you're new to this channel, we do these every single week, so you can come check these out. Look back. We have some offerings that we do. We won't bore you with those today, but you can jump on them or not. Dad and I don't do any coaching, paid coaching and stuff like that, so we just want to be voice talent and make our money in voice talent. So that's what we're here to do. So anyway, we can jump into the numbers right now. A little bit of I don't know if it was a short week or slow week, all of that with Juneteenth and stuff like that, June 19th. So
yeah,
I was certainly slow. Seemed like Vomp was a little bit slow, but you weren't. So we'll get into that right now. I won't spoil it for you. For the VO Marketing Pro Group, which if you have checked out some of our videos, you know who they are. 10 warm responses, 0 auditions, and 1 job by Noelle Romano. So congrats to Noelle. She's been with us for 3.5 years.
Yeah, I bet she has.
She just, basically what VO Marketing Pro does is it mirrors what Dad's done with his business for direct marketing, and his assistant, Andy, who has been with you for, 7, 8, 9 years?
Since 2016, yeah, 9 years.
9 years, and he's his marketing assistant. It's how Dad based his direct marketing off of that. Dad, 2 years ago, you made $213,000 in VO income alone in direct marketing. That's it.
And it was interesting because I was just checking, just kind of looking at all my income streams. I won't go into detail, but Fiverr is a good chunk. Upwork a tiny bit, Voice123 a tiny bit, ACX from some old audiobooks, some residual that I get, that's a little bit. Voices.com I think is over 150,000. But then out of all of my income, which is like 2.7 million, for the 14 years of full-time voiceover, for those 14 years of full-time, I just checked it, it's about $1.8 million in direct email marketing income in those 14 years, which is, I think, an average of $128,000 per year. Nice. And that's, the first few years I was making $36,000 and $65,000 and such. So
yeah, and those aren't it's not to brag. It's just if somebody's new to this channel, and it's our opinion that if you're going to come watch these and listen to them and someone's going to say, hey, he's the expert on this, there should be some sort of credibility to that, and numbers to us is the most important thing, income numbers. So that's why we give the $213,000 in voiceover, indirect marketing, email marketing income alone, just so that that guy at least has some sort of credentials. It's not, I'm really good at it, but I won't tell you my numbers.
Well, you said it right at the beginning, and that is, we want to be transparent. We also want, this is all we make our money in. It's all we have. I've said that before. I don't have anything else. I don't have coaching. I don't have students. I don't have demo production. I don't have conference speaking. I don't have content creation. All I have is my numbers. So braggadocious or not, that's all I've got. So that's what we base our transparency and our why we're behind, in front of the camera, behind the microphone. So.
You're trying to make $150,000 this year in voiceover alone income. I'm trying to make $110,000. I'm behind that right now. This was my week. I'm trying to make $2,100 a week. I am over the $40,000 mark already for income made. So
and you have a week left.
I do.
Of this first half of the year.
Yeah.
And you're over the halfway mark in your desired income.
I'm not. I'm
talking about your last year's goal.
Yeah,
which
I made
was
$80,000 last year.
You're still on an upward trajectory. You're just not hitting your mark right now. So
So this week I had 0 warm responses in direct marketing. I had 2 auditions. I didn't put those in the VOMP numbers because I just leave them for myself. They kind of go towards that since I'm doing direct marketing and kind of part of that. So I had 3 jobs this week. It was a very slow, bad week. It's been a bad month for me. Right after having a May that was $10,000. So trying to continue to just push through. I don't do that. Sorry. Upwork, I had 2 jobs and a tip for $101.07. Nothing in direct. A $250 Voice123 job. Nothing on Voices, nothing on Fiverr, nothing on ACX. My voiceover alone income total, as I said, I'm going for $2,100. I only had $351.70, so that's not going to cut it. And just transparency here, I think I'm at about $2,500, under $2,500 this month. So not doing great. But we just keep marketing and auditioning and doing everything we can that's worked in the past. So my total, $351.70. There it is.
And you did some editing for me,
I
but
do
that
editing on the
you don't
side.
Put that
Yep.
in there.
I did 3 hours of editing, $20 an hour for him because he has a client that he needs me to do it for. $411.70. Ain't gonna cut it.
Yeah, we have this private group, and I won't go on and on because I'll just give you my numbers and we'll zip this up. But we have this private group called VO Marketing Pro Plus, and in fact, we're going to jump on a Friday deep dive into our numbers, and then about a half an hour where we take questions and encourage and such. But we put a lot of emphasis on numbers. That is our financial numbers, weekly, monthly, yearly. We do that. We do that together here for you guys, and we do it in our group. There's a few people that share their numbers every week, every month, every year. And that's very, very important. But let me just encourage you, if you're up and down, especially the first few years of your income generating business, your voiceover business, numbers, of course, you've got to stay in business, so you've got to turn a profit. So numbers are critical. But do you know what's more critical? What's more critical is what you do, your simple business plan that works. And even more critical and more foundational to what you do and to your numbers is what you think, your mindsets. And that's what we talk a lot about in that group.
Yeah.
So just give you that little piece of information that we talk about quite a bit in our group.
And the same stuff, I've just started my 5th year. And of course, I don't want to only make $351 a week. I want to hit my goal every time, but that's not how it was this week. But the things that I did a month ago that made me in 1 week $4,000, I'm doing the same things, and it made me $351. So
yes.
I'm not going to change that up. I'm just going to keep going at jobs that I know I can win, and marketing and doing all that stuff.
Think
That's
the
the way
right
out of
things
it.
causes you to do the right things, which will eventually cause you to get the numbers. Okay, for me, Voice123, I had a $600 job, nothing on voices.com, Upwork, nothing. Fiverr, it even took off this morning, $1,865.61. And then direct marketing was $2,660. So I jumped over the $5,000 mark this week, $5,065.61. Shooting for $3,000. That's what $3,000 for 52 weeks would be. Be a little bit more than that, but I'm shooting for 150. So I was over again, $5,065.61.
Unbelievable. That's what 14 years in the business, 15 years in the business does, I guess. That's something to look forward to. Thanks for joining us. Like I said, we'll be here every Friday. We'll be here next Friday, rain or shine. Appreciate the folks that stop by. If you're new to this channel and you think this was helpful, have comments or whatever, you can feel free to comment or just keep watching. We appreciate it either way. So we'll see you later. Take care.
Take care.